Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. What a nice Monday morning coffee. Cold and windy outside. But hot coffee sets off the day perfect. How was your Thanksgiving? If you're in America, you had Thanksgiving. For those that are not in America, you didn't have Thanksgiving. That's why you haven't seen me in a couple days. And I uploaded some interviews that I've done, some of the best that I've done. And they will be continued to be uploaded intermittently in between Daybreak videos. Yeah, so I hope you're doing well. We have a lot to go over today, obviously. I made a Polish dish over the weekend, something that Agnieszka makes in Poland. You know Agnieszka, my Polish friend. And this, let me think if I can say it properly. Dvorocek? I have no idea. And it's cottage cheese, sour cream, cucumber, radish, chives, and salt mixed up. Made it last night because I don't do carnivore and mostly meat on the weekends. Ate half of it last night. I'll have the rest of it probably today sometime. And I'm sure the flavors are all married together now. It was exceptionally good, like crazy good. So I'm kind of broadening my tastes. I am kind of a foodie to begin with, and one of the downsides of carnivore, and I love carnivore and mostly meat, is I just love the flavors from all over the world. So that's why I couldn't go 100% carnivore. Couldn't do it. I did it, and I do it when I need to. Can you hook up my John? I also need you to line up my John. Translation, that's Philadelphian for I need a haircut and a beard trim. John can mean anything in Philadelphia. Fill up my John means I need to fill my gas up with car. John, J-H-W-N, John, which is short for joint. It's weird. Don't ask me, it's weird. People ask me all the time what I should never invest in, and I tell them if it rolls, flies, floats, or then you just lease or rent it. You never want to own those things. All are bad investments. Grant Cardone. I think in online dating, they should have a section for teeth. You check off how many teeth you have and also require a close-up shot. Because you know that's one of the first things you stare at and you size up when the first time you meet a person. A lot of time and money can be saved with the teeth section and the teeth pictures. There's no atheists in foxholes or when carrying the scooped cat litter in a plastic grocery bag through the living room on your way out the back door to the trash can. One time, a prince asked a beautiful princess to marry him. She said no. You know the rest of the story. I am not going to say it here. Just Google that. Once upon a time, a prince asked a beautiful princess to marry him. You'll laugh or be offended. Somebody should invent novelty glasses with a slight filter on them, kind of a brush stroke filter in the lens, so that everything that you look at looks like a Van Gogh painting. There's a business idea. I wonder if hands up, don't shoot will work for me as I walk through the streets of West or North Philadelphia. You should never argue with a crazy mind. You ought to know by now. You can pay Uncle Sam with the overtime. Is that all you get for your money? If that's what you have in mind, if that's what you're all about, good luck moving up, because I'm moving out. Billy Joel, 1977. Has anyone ever gotten an ass whooping from Larry Wingett? Every man needs a Larry Wingett in their life. He gave me my whooping in 2008. Every father needs to read every Larry Wingett book. Don't doubt me on this. Just pick any book by Larry Wingett and read it. I don't care what book it is, any book. No job is beneath you. You do what you have to do, period. Earning money is the result of success, and success is in the direct proportion to our service. Most people have this law backwards. It's like the man who stands in front of the wood stove and says, "Give me heat, then I'll give you wood." That's from Earl Nightingale. Your friends secretly want you to fail because misery loves company. Being successful means being a loner. Don't doubt me on that. Men never take a woman back for round two. They do circle around eventually. They all do, somehow, some way. Never take a woman back, ever. Why, you ask? Use your imagination. You will meet your love on the web, somehow, some way, on social media. And I'm not talking dating apps on your phone. You will meet the next person, possibly the love of your life, on the web, somehow, some way. Pain is always the biggest motivator. Need change? I guess you haven't had enough pain yet. Picture yourself sitting in a chair, tied to a chair, and your captor says, "If you don't give me the answer, I'm going to send you on a vacation to Tahiti." Not real motivating, right? Or not as motivating as, "If you don't give me the answer, I'm going to take these hedge trimmers and start snapping off your fingers one at a time and watch you bleed to death." You'll be giving up that answer in about 2 seconds, right? Because pain is a bigger motivator than pleasure. Your real problem is you. You. Some people won't be free until that parent dies. And that's for people who don't have the perfect picture perfect parents. I do believe in honoring your parents. But there are some people where a parent is a thorn in your side, and always has been, and always will be, and you won't get relief until they pass. That's a fact. Sounds horrible, but it's a fact. Money, sex, cigars, red wine, steak, cheesecake, sunrises, coffee, walking in the woods, companionship, silence, indie films, books, a comfortable chair, a well-fitting hat, the warmth of a fire, a flannel shirt, not shaven, simplicity, reverence, writing a letter with a fountain pen. All things that I love. Can you list the things that you love down below? I would love to see those things. It doesn't have to be exhausted. Or exhausted. Exhaustive. It can be exhausted. But put your list of things that you love down below. I'd love to see that and get to know what you like. Having been in a dark place tends to teach us things we would otherwise not learn. You've been to the depths of darkness, but you've risen like the phoenix. You will stand a little taller today because of that. Straighten your spine and bring your head back and your chin up. Would you give me 25 cents for every dollar that I bring you that you never had? There will be times when other men will seem more stable than you. Don't say or do stupid shit while you are feeling that way. Hunker down. Let the feeling pass. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. Share it with a buddy, a brother, another dude. This is for men. But whatever you do, don't share shit with your woman, with your wife, with your girlfriend, as far as things that are troubling you. Save the details for a buddy, a brother, another dude. Women want a rock. They don't want to be the rock. There are men who make that mistake over and over and over. Dude, no more making that mistake. No more. She is not your sounding board for emotional issues and things that bother you. Talk with her about family things. Talk with her about the relationship. Talk with her about things that build her up. As far as things that might make you seem less strong, worthy, etc. Save that for a guy. Don't doubt me on that one. She secretly resents you for making her step up to the plate. You disrupted logos, divine order. The plate was yours to step up to. It's basically called growing up as a man. And I know I have a lot of women watching this, so cheers, my sisters. While you are still looking at pictures and videos of you and her as a couple and going for counseling and asking your gurus how you can win her back, she started a new life without you. Get that through your head. Just like that. Boom. New life. When will you learn? She's gone. Move on. Move on. Search my videos. Take a look back at what I taught about when she splits, what you need to do. There's almost 4 years of solid, helpful, life-giving information at my YouTube channel. It's there. Men are the ones that pine and miss, reminisce, get sad, and seek sympathy. Something about the male psyche and emotions. Women move on faster, almost instantly, and they make it look very natural. They make it look easy, which is not good news for men. Especially if you had a woman who made leaving you look easy. When she's gone, she's gone. She may do a once around 6 or 12 months later, but she won't stay. Say goodbye. Close the door. Lock the door. Doctor says, you have 3.5 hours to live. The patient says, is there anything I can do? The doctor says, watch The Irishman. Patient says, well, what will that do? The doctor says, it'll make the 3.5 hours seem like 3 weeks. Is it quiet where you live or not? When you step outside your house, what do you hear? Put your answer down below. I'd love to see that. I have an answer to the question, what was I thinking? You ever see someone who says, oh, what was I thinking? Here's the answer. You weren't thinking. Spread your wings. For those of you that have been down, spread your wings. And I know you've been discouraged and disappointed. Use those words. You're not depressed. You're just disappointed and discouraged. You're not depressed. But spread your wings. This is a message for you. Spread your wings. You probably forgot that you had wings. Get yourself to a higher spot. Spread the wings and jump. Jump. Don't look at the ground. Just move your wings. Keep moving them. Keep moving them. Keep moving the wings. Slow down. Now, just soar. Isn't that better? Isn't that better? It's a beautiful view from up here, isn't it? As you're looking down, soaring. You can do it. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. You're not old, but your attitude is. I'll never forget the time Mo Howard said, "Are you married or are you happy?" That always makes me laugh. Are you a fan of bushcraft, survival, or camping videos? I took a poll. 77% said yes, 23% said no. I took another poll. I asked, are you somebody's secret lover? 79% said no, 21% said yes. Interesting, right? I'll ask you, are you somebody's secret lover? Put your answer down below. Say it. Say yes, I am somebody's secret lover, or not. No one's going to find out. You are so messed up. What a mess you are. What's your phone number? That's how most people, how most men, a man will look at a woman who appears to be messed up and think, ooh, what a wreck. And then his next move is getting her number. Men, no wonder you get yourselves into such messes. You make somebody else's problems your problem. No more. In 2020, which is the year that you get unstuck, you will no longer make someone else's problems your problem. How much of your life is filled with someone else's problems that you took ownership of? And I'm not talking about parenting, because that's your job, is that when your kids have a problem, they become your problem. That's what being a parent is all about. And also their successes. But for you people that are single, are you making someone else's problem? Issues, dysfunctions, are you making them your issues? You're not allowed to do that anymore, I'm telling you. 2020 is the year that you get unstuck, spiritually, physically, financially, relationship-wise. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Marvin Gaye, 1971. This is a philosophical, well, it turned out to be a philosophical statement, but I was just making a comment. A good cigar relit the next day is still better than a substandard stogie smoked all the way through the first time. Some people thought that that was a philosophical statement. Now that I thought about it, it really is. What could that really mean philosophically in your life? A good cigar relit is still better than a substandard stogie smoked all the way through the first time. Interpret that. It's better to be married than burn with lust, but it's better to be single and be disciplined. Apologize for the blatant asshole moves that you've done in your lifetime. Own them. Do it. Move on. However, if it's not purposely an asshole move and you were just acting and not trying to be a jerk, then don't apologize and take ownership for something that was not intentional to hurt someone or confuse or mislead someone. Apologies are a slippery slope, and you could end up apologizing for merely existing. But the average whooped husband or boyfriend is apologizing for everything. One of the signs of a whooped boyfriend or husband is they're always making apologies. If she dresses nicer for a girls' night out than she does when she's with you, it's already over, bro. It's done. Done. Looking back on 2019, did you do anything that was different or learn a new skill? In the past year, I took a course on how to become a master conductor of an orchestra. It literally taught me how to stand taller, straighter, distribute my weight evenly over my feet, gave me more fluid-like movement, communicate with my eyes, and start a revolution with my hand movements. That's what I did in 2019. That was the most different thing that I've done this year. What did you do, or what will you do that will be different than anything that you've ever done? Put it down below and tell me how it will help you. I took a poll. I said, what is your favorite kind of pen? 16% said ballpoint pen, 10% said a gel pen, 16% said a fountain pen, and 58% said Epstein didn't kill himself. You gotta love Philadelphia. A warehouse, a crappy looking decrepit warehouse, gets a facelift and they put apartments in it with a Mediterranean feel. And each apartment sells for $850,000. So you're crushing glass crack vials on the sidewalk as you walk to your broken into car. You can rehab all you want, it's still Philadelphia. Sorry, my friend. There's your Mediterranean feel for you. This girl said she recognizes me from the vegetarian club. That confused me because I never met her before. Think about that. When I was married, my wife would ask me to read her a story because I would be in my study reading out loud. So instead of watching TV, sometimes we had an evening of me reading to her. I loved it because it helped my speech, my tone, my voiceovers. One of the stories that I read her was called Tobermory by Saki, written in 1911. It's about a cat that learns to speak. You might like to read that. Here's an idea. Have a reading date with your mate. It could be fun. It's okay to roll the dice on some things. You don't get anywhere by not risking, but don't roll the dice on relationships, your stylist, your barber, your beard trims, automobiles, mattresses, shoes, or seafood. You need to be pretty sure about those things. Ecclesiastes 10:19 says, "A feast is made for laughter. Wine makes life merry, and money is the answer for everything." That's from the Bible. That's not from me. I had a nice lunch with Frank Pesci, up from Charleston with his wife and family. I met Frank at the Patriarch Convention earlier this year. A solid man, a husband, father of 3 boys, and a businessman, and he's a leader in the medical billing solutions industry. If you are in the medical world and have access to medical billing, I know someone who has a company that is the best in that industry. Let me know, gb@georgebruno.com, and I will hook you up with Frank and his company. You won't be disappointed. I don't make referrals unless I know the person personally, and I highly recommend his company. Here's a side hustle idea. Buy a bench grinder at Harbor Freight. One side a wire wheel, the other side a buffing wheel. Buy wood drivers, golf clubs at Goodwill and thrift stores for $3. They're usually about $3. Restore the wood to perfection, buff up the golf club, sell it on eBay. You can easily 20x your money, your time and money that you spent easily. A nice little side hustle for you, restoring golf clubs. Thank me later. At my age, I've become pretty good at identifying ideologies that lead people astray. And also at my age, I don't give a about being vocal about it. Something to be said about a woman's sense of humor. Unfortunately, your typical red-pilled guy would emotionally beat that right out of a woman. Ironically, a good-humored woman would be a healthy prescription for a red-pilled stiff. But red-pilled stiffs can't learn anything from women. And then eventually she will split because she's not feeling appreciated. And then the red pill guy will say, it's hypergamy, or she's monkey branching, when she never felt valued or appreciated to begin with for her natural gifts. Then she'll end up with a real man, a leader, a visionary, and someone who's appreciating what he attracted in his life. Do not keep your woman captive with your ideology. That doesn't mean being a puss either. You don't have to give up your manhood. She wants you to be a man. Act like it. But she also wants you to throw her a bone every now and then and appreciate the good things that she brings into your life. That right there is solid and will save a lot of relationships. 4 that want to own me, 2 that want to stone me, 1 says she's a friend of mine. Jackson Browne, 1972. People have called me the Bob Ross of motivational speakers. Doing the vids at 5 a.m. certainly helps that. Do you think you're eccentric? Oh yes, now that I'm rich. Before I was rich, I was just called weird. Sandy Lerner, the owner of Ayrshire Farm. People say to you, you're in it just for the money, as if it's an insult. Guess what? That's how you run a business, for the money. I'd listen to those who are proudly in it for the money. Bills don't pay themselves. Elderly parents, kids, and grandkids sure will appreciate the care. Just get rich. Ladies, I have a question for you. A question about your man and pornography. If you discovered that he was watching porn, number 1, would you feel betrayed? Number 2, would it affect your marriage or relationship? And number 3, what would you do? Question for the ladies. Some think that it's an ultimate betrayal, and some people claim that some women can experience betrayal trauma when they find out their man has been watching porn. And I guess from what I understand, some women have actually committed suicide over it. So it is documented. I did not know that. And that was brought to my attention. So ladies, what do you think you would do if you found your man was watching porn? Let me know down below. And with that, finish your coffee. And I will see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show, the home of sanity, clarity, and reason.